The king of the Greek gods and the ruler of Mount Olympus versus the son of Odin and the god of thunder and storms. Who wins this epic battle? I'm Andrew the Geek Master, and in this video, we will tell this mega battle with many twists between Zeus and Thor. To not miss surprising battle stories like this one, click the subscribe button, activate the bell, and let's get started. In the comic God is Dead, sometime after Zeus had defeated and destroyed Odin, Thor, and Loki, all the gods came back to life, including their allies and now their mortal enemies. I made a video about what happened in that first battle. I'll leave it in the cards and pinned comment. In fact, Zeus himself spent some time dead as he was completely destroyed by Gaia after the battle against Odin. So when he returns to life, he is utterly disappointed with what Olympus has become and with the other Greek gods who didn't do much in his absence. His biggest frustration is with Hephaestus, who during Zeus's absence betrayed his pantheon, allied with other gods, and freed the Titans. However, when Zeus and Ares confront Hephaestus, Hephaestus reveals that it is all Zeus's fault. He abandoned Olympus for his meaningless war to conquer the kingdom of mortals. Zeus left them without leadership. So everything Hephaestus did was for the glory of Olympus, to conquer the great power on earth and bring it to the mountain. However, while Hephaestus was making this speech that seemed to inspire other gods, suddenly Thor and the Norse gods appear, with the god of thunder decapitating Hephaestus with his hammer Mjolnir. While Thor boasts about his hammer, Zeus asks what Thor and Odin are doing here on Olympus, why they invaded this place. Odin responds that Zeus should know very well why they are here. It is obvious they want revenge. Then all the Norse gods charge at the Greek gods, while Thor emits lightning from his eyes, claiming they came to kill everyone on this mountain. The battle between the Greek gods and the Norse gods is quite bloody. Even the weaker Greek gods who weren't in the battle suffered damage, and Thor threatened them, saying it was good they stayed hidden because after the fight, he would need new servants. But if they decided to flee, Thor would make sure to send his dogs after them and tear each of their limbs one by one. The battlefield was even more cruel as there was death and destruction everywhere. The lightning summoned by the gods, the rain that never stopped, the explosion and fire generated by the powerful being's blows created the perfect setting for a final battle. Zeus killed anyone who appeared in front of him by summoning and firing his powerful electric bolts. Odin was less showy, but with his axe he also faced and defeated anyone. As for Ares, well, the god of war just wanted war and had a lot of fun with this conflict. He even starts a fight against Thor, mocking the god of thunder. Ares believed that the Norse gods were foolish to come here. After all, the first rule of war is to fight a battle on the ground you choose. However, Thor claims that Ares didn't understand. They brought this battle to Olympus because Olympus is the ground the Norse chose. At this, Thor manages to disarm Ares and prepares for what would be the final blow. However, to his surprise, Ares is quick enough to pull his machete from his waist and ends up chopping off both of the god of thunder's hands. Yes, with Thor unable to use his hands, Ares lets Thor suffer with his new condition. Meanwhile, Zeus is overwhelmed by the number of Valkyries attacking him. As the Valkyries hold him, Odin sees this as an opportunity to get his sweet revenge. He says that Zeus fought bravely and that he will even have a warrior's funeral. However, before Odin can also deliver a fatal blow to the king of Olympus, Ares stealthily appears behind Odin and puts his knife against the All-Father's neck, saying that it's time for this war to end. Ares even orders Odin to gather his Valkyries and send them away so his death will be quick. However, at that moment, Ares is hit by Mjolnir. It turns out that since Thor lost his hands, he simply managed to keep Mjolnir in place of his hand. With this, he gets his revenge against Ares, the god who left him in this state. Yes, Thor kills Ares by smashing his head with Mjolnir embedded in his arm. When Thor asks who is next, Zeus, in an enraged state, manages to defeat all the Valkyries holding him and fires a powerful electric blast at his opponent. However, the lightning doesn't have much effect on Thor, who absorbs its electricity. It's time for everyone to know which storm's fury is stronger. Yes, now it's God of Thunder versus God of Thunder, lightning versus lightning, Zeus versus Thor. The battle between the two is even more violent and destructive than previously shown. The weaker Greek gods, watching the fight from a distance, were curious to see which storm god would survive this deadly battle. And well, this fight unfortunately takes place off-panel, but when we return to this scene, we see that Zeus has been completely defeated. He was dismembered, shot with arrows, had his arm chopped off, and was killed on Mount Olympus along with other gods like his brother Ares. Odin proclaimed his victory on the battlefield while ordering his children to do the same, still humiliating Zeus's fallen body. I hope you enjoyed this incredible story of the mega battle between gods. If you were as excited as we were about this story, don't forget to leave your like, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next sagas we are preparing for you. Comment below what your favorite moment was and what you would like to see in the next videos. Thanks for watching until the end, and until the next adventure.